commentating this for an entire semester, this is actually the first time I've seen both these teams.
3, 2, 1,
Matchup. This is me versus Kazuya. I mean, we're gonna right into it. Obviously, I'm just best character in the game. But Kazuya is up there, got some really weird.
And I think it's interesting for both of these characters, both of these players choosing it. Both of these characters are strong, but obviously lose on FP as that
really
down.
really good patient from that Kazuya too. Just beating lots of range now.
These guys playing this really well. Really a Kazuya in a league like this, and really just like hold momentum and just up smash is going to connect. You're not going to take it though, but now this Kazuya has that rage drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that Kazuya knows how to play the match. He's using things like back to destroy blocks, and being very efficient around blocks. That's really risky up there. But, I mean, he's playing this very, very well.
Even before they come out, the one smash coming out, almost breaking seal. Will alive, and still going to 12 or going to be close stocks. So, first stock, not going to matter too much, but still momentum is going to be everything. Take the first stock.
Okay, I mean, Kazuya does have enough build up in this match. It's very safe on blocks. And probably the one you can go to, even if they get hit. Like, that's 60% on Kazuya. He has to recover. Has to air dodge back.
Walking the dog just a bit, but getting that timing, not getting a kill off of it though. So Megatron going to make him pay for it. This down air misses, throws that forward smash with the base 2 side. Having a bit of a struggle taking his stock.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty high percentage against Kazuya, but at this point, anything will probably right against any normal move. They like last minute of side B, but not ready for the attack. That's rough. That's a very good weakness. This deck is going to take it, and he brings it down at just one stock,
Now he's having a bit lead, not getting electrocuted either. Not going to get the full combo that he can. He's kind of having electrocuted beyond his without having it. Getting comboed right now though. The block saving him, kind of. Yeah, 1% as well.
I mean, it's very good, but the electric side seems to be a bit off. Not quite working, but oh, absolutely. This is regionals. I mean, once you're walking out of the game, obviously it's the first lead.
Yeah, that smash. What a smash.
Cross stage.
No kill.
Steve wins!
For the 8-seeded Wadsworth. 11-9.
11-9. I mean, that's a good start. That's yeah, at this level, about as good as a start as you can get. You can't really expect constant 3 stocks. But I mean, that was a rough matchup, and now they're in the position where they're able to counterpick against Steve, which I think is going to be very important. But obviously they are sitting at this deficit now, so we'll have to see what Cleveland High School of the Digital Arts has to answer.
Yeah, and that is going to be the big question. What are they going to do? And yeah, they have I unfortunately don't know their roster, but they do have a lot of options. They have a full team of 6, which is 4 main cast and 2 subs. So should have a lot of options, and at any level, you have to have at least a basic amount of Steve knowledge because it's just such a popular character at this point.
Yeah, but I guess we're gonna see right now what we're probably thinking. I mean, Steve is not a character you expect to fight against round 1.
Yeah. Yeah, and once again, like when we were doing the research, it was saying that Megatron was actually a Lucario and hero player, but bringing out the Steve and doing a lot of work with it. So trying to continue on that momentum, and Wadsworth really trying to make that upset. Like, hey, we're the 8th seed, but that was because we're online. Let's see what we'll do once we're in person. They are picking the stage. They're picking Battlefield.
Start the battle.
So going to be on Battlefield this game. Going to be Steve versus
Hero.
Shmez Mongler. That is actually
3, 2, 1.
there it is. It was actually switched. So base Doom guy is the Steve, and Shmez Mongler for Wadsworth is going to be the hero. And now starting off this match, there's a little bit of 3 walls, and Shmez Mongler getting stuck in the combo right now for 42, 46, 59. Keep climbing, it goes. As the Procrastinal Slash comes out, the up smash doesn't crit, but still a good amount of damage. The full charge fireball not going to do much. A lot of mana being used by Shmez Mongler right now. Going to have to connect with this next hit where he has Psych Up. Uses it on blocks, and Steve really can just camp. And now gets stuck with the side B. The forward air connects, getting him off stage, and there's the TNT. Hits him off even more, and only 15 mana, having to come back. And the minecart straight into TNT, and that is going to take the stock.
Come back and see a lot of Steve setups. I mean, that's kind of how this matchup's gonna go. You're gonna have to set up, and then you have to set up away from that big sword. Any move from Hero is gonna knock you back far enough to where Hero is gonna be able to get like decent spell setups going. So you gotta kind of play around that sword.
Yeah, and just for you, Goomba, quick update. Base Doom guy was actually for Cleveland High School Digital Arts.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
makes a bit more sense. But either way, these two teams are in land for a reason, so both are having pretty good performances right now, but base Doom guy really just playing his best, while Shmez Mongler, along with Wadsworth, is trying to keep up. Really struggling to as that minecart takes a stock.
Yeah, I mean, again, it just seems like you have to play around Steve so well, and Hero doesn't quite have the tools to do it at like every single position. Even Kaboom not igniting TNT. I mean, there's just some weird things that are gonna happen in this matchup. But it seems like, you know, at least the Hero does have the Steve at high-ish %, so potentially able to get the stock.
Yeah, and hopefully he is able to, because Steve right now can take this stock, and then now it's just going to be a whole taking this lead and running with it, essentially. Because now Shmez Mongler has him in the corner, lets him get back on, and then F Smash not going to take it, but now going to be off stage, no air dodge, able to make it the, what is that, Kaswoosh?
One of them barely hitting, but not quite gonna kill. And I mean, at this point, it's just like they're hitting each other with stray hits. One of them's gonna end up connecting and killing.
Yeah, and speaking of that side B connecting but not killing, doing it again, but getting the F smash instead.
That down air, you know, hit the minecart a bit too long. And
Yep.
was able to react pretty well and get the F smash.
Yep, and with that, that is going to be a 11-6 lead. So what was a good start by Wadsworth's Kazuya, now getting more and more favoring Cleveland High School Digital Arts, and base Doom guy is trying to take this home himself.
I mean, we know this team's #1 seed, but I mean, Steve is such a strong character in this meta, and against most characters, there's nothing you really can do. And I think they may have thought Hero was the answer, so I wonder if they have, you know, maybe just a lack of sword fighters on the team. We have no clue.
Yeah, and I was going to say, it's not like they could run it back, so PETA is going to choose...
They theoretically can run it back.
Well, they sure can.
I've seen this a decent amount of times commentating. Yeah, we've seen a few duplicate characters on teams, but Hero is not quite the one I expected.
Yeah, and PETA Bread really thinking this out.
Or maybe it's the question of, are they team contesting?
Maybe, but nope, we're going to jump right into it. And of all characters, I feel like Hero should have like I feel like on paper, Hero should have answers to Steve, but just like not really, because like even like the spells that could get rid of blocks, those are like the ones that come to mind for me are like Kaboom, side B, just like that,
Yeah,
bang,
I
but
mean,
they're all like pretty high committal.
yes. We saw it in the game before, and now we're seeing a lot more side B. I think that's the best tool in this matchup. You are gonna want to use spells, but yeah, using spells like using your neutral B isn't gonna be too good because it wastes a lot of mana and doesn't get through blocks.
Yep.
It just breaks them, and you have so many other options that can break blocks. Cheaper options with mana, even less laggy options. So I think side B is just going to be your go-to. It goes through blocks. It does everything in this matchup. So I think more of that is going to be more valuable.
Yeah. And I think something that PETA, along with the rest of Wadsworth, that's kind of been struggling is that like base Doom guy is just really playing this hit and run style of like going to hit once and then just run away as much as he can. The second forwarder not going to connect though.
But Accelerado, I mean, it just gives you so much mobility. And Steve's not going to be able to do much about that. Steve has not great mobility. So once you're able to like really get in there, what does he do?
Yeah. And then as that back air comes out, going to be 110%, really trying to take the stock. I kind of wish that they contest the Steve off stage a bit more, especially when the upbeat comes out.
But now Hero's at the position where, I mean, he's got like no mana and my card up smash. That's just,
Well,
it's just the classic. It's gonna work.
Now he has mana.
Yeah. But that is one thing that the hero needs to keep in mind is that you know, mana is very limited in this matchup, and you can't be just like throwing out spells and blocks.
Yeah, but taking the stock with that side B though, the base Doom guy looking a bit more human than last time. I think he was trying to jump for that nair, but not getting it, and now stuck underneath Steve, not really, or stuck above Steve, not really a position you want to be in. 54%.
No, and now we're seeing, you know, a bit more close play from PETA, which with Hero isn't. I mean, it's an okay option. You have a really big sword, but you're gonna excel a lot in just like spacing out on spells and obviously just like setting up with different psych ups. So.
Yeah, is now being knocked off stage, and there's the anvil, and just like Acme, going to take the stock there.
Just like that. I mean, we're down to 4 stocks already for Wadsworth, and he's gonna go off stage. And the Kaboom,
He messed up. The Kaboom saved him.
Although I did see the Elytra come off, and that does give you a tiny bit more air. But
I didn't think he was making it back, but still, the forward air coming out. Off stage, the flame slash is going to be interrupted, but the baby magic burst not going to do much.
Not going to do anything. Actually, it did like no shield damage either. But Steve is also low on mats as much as Hero is low on mana. So
yeah, this is where you kind of take a timeout, a 5-minute break.
yeah. 7 mana, not really going to be able to do anything too crazy here. Gonna have to either wait it out or decide to hit Steve to get that mana back. But Steve's gonna have those faster moves to be able to hit Hero a lot easier.
Yeah, I think the thing that is going to kill. Oh, it's not going to kill him. That smash misses. The grab misses as well, but the weak back air into forward air not going to kill just yet. 150. This base Doom guy really is looking for the stock.
160%. I mean, we're seeing a situation where like we can't forward air is gonna do it.
Yeah.
But then again, Hero, you know, this is kill percent for Hero too. So.
Yeah, and no mana though. Tried going for the side B. I feel like that would have done it. Bounce coming off just at the right time.
Bounce is such a good tool in this battle because that means my card's gone. Oh, but the F smash going through blocks that catches everyone off guard. That's such a strong option. But yeah, bounce does do a lot in that matchup. I'm not surprised. That's the first time we saw bounce in both Hero games. It does so much. It means minecart's gone. Down tilt doesn't work. Down smash doesn't work. It's just such a strong tool that I wish we see more. But again, it's just the tiny little matchup knowledge things that make Steve so much easier.
Yeah, and whoever chose it immediately going back to FD. So whoever Wadsworth is going to send in next, going to have to deal with Steve on FD again, or unless I just spread misinformation. But either way, like, I think what PETA did differently from the others Hero was that he was okay playing campy. He was okay just sitting that back, going through his menu, and just like literally making the Steve come to him.
Yeah, and I think like generally speaking, if you're playing a character, you don't want to play campy against Steve because you're gonna let Steve get resources. But just like Steve, Hero is a resource-based character, and in a different way, Hero's resources you need to wait. I mean, your options are to either go hit Steve or wait, and I think the safer option is just to wait.
Yeah.
You're letting Steve get materials, but once he gets diamond, like what more is there?
Yeah, what else is there to offer or to be afraid of? But either way, Shmamis going to come out. And this is kind of the matchup, even though you have Charge Shot. Charge Shot, at least to me, isn't as threatening as like Hero Menu.
No, but I mean this is a weird matchup. You have some tools. I think Zaire does break blocks, which is a very good option. Zaire is a very good poke tool, but I would argue that this matchup isn't horrible for Samus, but you really have to change how you play. You can't just go into there with the normal, oh, I could like charge shot into freedom kind of stuff. You have to play with a specific pace, and I think that's, we might see this now. Yeah, Steve build block. I think the issue with Samus in this matchup is that Samus is so floaty, and Steve is just gonna have so much time. If you're jumping over that pillar, Steve has so much time to just react to it.
Yeah, and also just like all these projectiles have, that's an SD. Yep.
Yeah, that is an SD, and I mean,
If you're Shmamis, you take those.
yeah, you take those.
And definitely Wadsworth is going to have to take it and run with it, as the score is now 9-3, and this is just barely Wadsworth being able to see Cleveland High School Digital Arts second player.
Yeah, but you know, maybe it gives a good idea. I mean, this match is going to give a good idea of like where are they going to go from here? How are they going to counter the Steve? And I would argue that like PETA
did the best.
PETA did do really good. The Kazuya also did not bad against the Steve. I think just got to figure out a tiny little changes. But it's just a waiting game. These matches are going to be really slow. And we're seeing Samus now on screen. These matches are going to be like a snail's pace, basically.
Yeah, and either way, if you're Cleveland High School Digital Arts, you're setting off a timer. You're getting your popcorn, putting on a movie, just like you're enjoying the snail's pace, because that's what's letting you win. Especially with base Doom guy, like once again played phenomenally already. So hopefully the rest of his team is going to be able to reciprocate that or replicate that, as the next person is going to be Menace on Pac-Man. Oh man, where?
So I personally know a lot of Pac-Man players. I know one of the best Pac-Man players in the world, and he says that this is one of Pac-Man's best matchups. I don't know how much I believe it.
Which Pac-Man is it?
It's DD.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, as it is, once again, Menace from Cleveland High School Digital Arts.
I will say Pac-Man has a lot of tools in this matchup. And one tool that's not been explored too much, but I've seen people starting to use now, is using a pellet as like a barrier. If you throw out pellet, it's gonna instantly stop charge shot. And it's like a frame 3 move or whatever. So it is an option you can do. But also Pac-Man has a lot of tools. That grab is probably the best grab in the game. But you also have fruit, which is gonna be very good. It kind of just, I think it beats most projectiles, or just goes through them, so.
Yeah, and right now, just like, Shmamis playing this extremely well, 75% on to Menace, and that up air, not going to take it. Forward air just barely missing. What a crazy angle for a charge shot.
Yeah, I mean, this was a good choice of stage for Shmamis. I think Pac-Man does kind of struggle with the platforms, and Samus, while not quite Samus's best stage, I would argue. But as I was saying, like, not quite Samus's best stage, and probably, honestly, Samus's worst stage. Doesn't mean it's a bad stage in any means. I mean, Samus has so many good sharking tools, and because of how floaty Samus is, can just shark under platforms so easily.
Yeah, and then the dash attack misses, and then going to get hit by the projectile while trying to go for an F tilt. That baby charge shot, not going to take it, but 157.
And we're seeing a very like methodical playstyle from the Samus. It's a lot of just staying back and using charge shot, not a lot of the charge. I mean, we see a lot of like charge shot grab.
Yeah.
but this is just pure charge shot and hold, like hold position.
Yeah, holding this line and holding it so that nobody gets past it. The grab barely missing, but that definitely would have taken the stock, whether it been up throw or back throw.
Yeah, and I think one of your best options right now is just a fish for grab. Right there,
There it is.
grab up throw.
The tried and true. And even though Schmamis did SD and still has a lot of work to do, still is doing pretty well when it comes to stock, doing his job. I think already taking 2, if not 3.
Yeah, I mean this is a good start for Schmamis.
Yeah, the F smash coming out, just barely not taking it, and almost,
Almost getting the setup. That is a really strong setup for Pac-Man.
Yeah, then going for it again, not going to connect though.
Oh, and now Pac-Man getting hit by his own trap.
Yeah, but now Schmamis going to hit the down smash off stage, stops the propeller, but I mean stops the what is it, pellet?
Yeah.
And then just like Pac-Man's recovery is so good. You could literally take away half his tools and he could recover from most parts of the stage, or most parts off stage.
So we're seeing, I mean, right now it's the Pac-Man is kind of learning what to do and getting in on Samus because the Samus, it seems to be a pattern of, oh, I'm in, I want to get out kind of thing.
Yeah. And is that another one?
No.
Nope.
Samus
Going for it
is-
again, and no one's gonna hit that
that's
time.
the trap, yeah. Even getting some charge on it too. And now Samus has the bell. Not gonna
Scared.
get anything off of it.
Yeah.
I expected kind of like a forward air or something.
I thought an up B. As the down air comes out, Hydra comes down, but still going to protect Pac-Man and Menace. And that side B comes out 157, still alive though.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Samus kind of do the same thing as last thought, kind of just struggle to kill. 157 is pretty high percent, and forward air is going to take it. Now down to last stock for Wadsworth, but you know, still a really good showing from the Samus.
Yeah, what a combo, or what a tech chase. And then 51% like that, really Schmamis turning up the heat at this point. Is the charge shot misses, the grab, charge shot hit, grabs misses, and now back at neutral. Yeah. And just immediately throwing out the key, just like, that's also no jump for Samus. The down air, yep.
And it really, I mean, that was the worst air dodge. I think if you angled it up, you could have made it back, but kind of just like throwing it out there to not get hit. But that is Cleveland High School, the digital arts taking the first game.
Yeah, and really just a strong showing by the two players that Cleveland High School Digital Arts sent out. Base Doom guy doing most of the work, and Menace closing it out. So yeah, it is going to be now a question of, are they going to take a 5-minute break, see what they're going to do, or are they just going to roll straight into game number 2? But while we wait for that, just see. And we are back with more Northeast Ohio regionals. We are going to have now round number 1, which is going to be None Ya Business, the Pac-Man, playing against PETA from Wadsworth. So both teams mixing up their starting lineup. PETA, go ahead.
I think Wadsworth was kind of expecting the Steve to come out first, so they sent in PETA. You know, obviously seeing that PETA did the best. And this is going to be a bit rough. I mean, while Hero does do good in this matchup, the way that Pac-Man plays is just like right up in your face and not really going to give Hero any space to do anything. And we're kind of seeing that already in the beginning, the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, and Sizzle though, about evening up the percents. That's the thing. Like, even though a lot of the things is that Pac-Man is the one that camps, Hero's actually the one that's incentivized to camp in this matchup, because just like a whole lot of mana, and then there's Hydrant, whatever, kaboom. And yeah, just like 98% continuing to rack up, and now 109, almost getting hit by the Hydrant. Now trying to recover, misses that 2-frame opportunity, but off stage. 120 to 54. I like the idea, but now going to be off stage.
You're not going to hit below ledge. Pac-Man has a pretty good ledge hang, so you can't really catch him with things like that.
Yeah, but big lead either way for Wadsworth right now.
Yeah.
Even though they were expecting the Steve.
I mean, it's not going to mean as much until you get the kill, and right now it's Hero that's in the bad position. Oh,
not anymore.
Hang is going to do it.
Welcome to being a commentator. And now 2 rolls coming out from None Ya Business, but now going to need a lot more help. PETA getting that custom combo for 50, flame flashing right into it.
Oh, and
there's no air dodge. And then there it is.
Oh,
and then that's going to be the stop.
Air. Yeah, that was a really good stock from PETA. Almost no mistakes there. I mean, off stage a bit, like one mistake here and there, but still was able to do it pretty well.
None Ya Business wanted to respond in kind, almost getting it, but not quite. 137 to 17, but that's Hero with Boom, which could spell Doom, especially if it's an F smash crit.
And that was pretty close to stage Doom, and it's gonna not work in his favor. Pac-Man having enough time to react and getting an F smash.
Yeah, and even though this was close very early on, PETA just really running with it. Even though losing that stock, still having all the momentum in the world. Feeling a bit psyched up right now, even. Now off stage though, going to
hitting him. Not the air dodge that you wanted.
Yeah.
You know, now it is down to last stock, and it is anyone's game at this point. I mean, Pac-Man we saw was very good at putting damage onto PETA, but we're seeing PETA kind of keeping that stage positioning.
Yeah, and now going to get back aired, parries the jab just to shield the next one. Barely able to make it back on stage, PETA is just to throw None Ya Business back off. And once again, bounce is an amazing tool, but have not seen it lately, or has not seen it as often as you would probably like.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more bounce from PETA. I mean, that's gonna,
and getting the crit as well, and that is going to take the stock and give Wadsworth the first lead.
That's I mean, it could have been a stronger lead, but we did see that SD from Wadsworth. But that's still, you know, Wadsworth getting the lead against the #1 seed. That's what you want in this.
Yeah, and hey, you take those either way.
And now they're going to be forced to send someone out to beat the Hero. And I mean, they have the Steve. It's always an option, but I wonder if they're going to hold off, seeing that PETA did very good against the Steve.
Yeah, and now coming up, I think they're going to save base Doom guy in the back. Like, I think they know pretty solidly at this point that he could take a whole lot of stocks, so might as well just like mix up positioning, save him in the back, have other people warm up, just in case for the next rounds. And yeah, so I don't really expect the Steve to come out, and if it does, like, Wadsworth kind of lost one of their big Steve answers, because PETA was one of the ones that did the best against base Doom guy. But now we're going to have mixed soup on the single Joy-Con.
Okay.
Respect.
I vibe with it.
The single Joy-Con K rule was not something I thought I would see today.
Oh, on K rule too. Yeah, So actually, something I've noticed in the league's commentating for the past few months is that I think K rule is like the single most common character I've seen
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, K. Rool's a very Wi-Fi character and is very good at like very good at mid level. I mean, has so many tools that like if you don't know the matchup, like what do you do,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I think this may be one of those matchups where if you don't know what to do, it's kind of just over.
Yeah, and I remember last year, for Esports Ohio, one team sent out back-to-back K rules. So yeah, just showing off that popularity of K rule, and yeah, Mixup probably gonna have a bit of fun with it. The thing is, right now his team is down, but hey, if you have confidence, might as well flaunt it a bit. So there is a bit I mean, there is a difference between confident and cocky though, as getting the down throw nair, not getting the fireball though, wanting what was probably 60%.
Yeah, and getting Accelerado is what you want in this matchup. K. Rool is not going to be able to do anything if you can't really if you know you're just getting pummeled by a bunch of sword swipes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and just barely missing that F smash, and now
Oh,
bounce on deck.
bounce is on deck, and that's another really good tool in this. Kind of gives K. Rool no approach options. Very good counter. I mean, you would have been hit by that. So
Yeah. And then the down air coming out, not it. And still, well, except for there, PETA really just avoiding most things, just not wanting to get hit. And then there's a forward throw. Odd counter by Mixu, and going to get punished for it.
now using hoop fit like no mana, I mean, you got to be really confident that you're keeping that stage control because you're at okay 17 mana now. You can recover, but you're at a point where if you get sent off stage, you're just kind of done.
Yep, psych up Oomph with the
Psych
raise
up,
the root.
That's gonna do it.
And now getting that quick combo, Crown going, I mean, neutral air, able to let him get down, but this Crown
Yeah,
gameplay,
custom crown combo. I mean,
he
not
really
getting
wanted it.
not getting the downer. I mean, you're at 57%. You gotta kind of start throwing stuff out now.
Yeah, PETA's throwing this Crown out now, really, like it's his King Hero. And now getting hit by the forward air and the neutral B1. Healing some mana, and just like Mixup really just feels like he's stuck. It looks like he might lose another stock potentially. Not getting these grabs, spot dodge, and yeah, not going to kill, but still a bad position for K. Rool.
Yeah, K. Rool's gotta figure something out to build up not just some extra percent, but get that kill move in. I'm not seeing a lot of projectiles being thrown out. I mean, bounces off deck, so I would say just throw them out as much as you want.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, this K. Rool has been, but it's been in the same positions, and then once he throws Crown has just been heroes more than it has been K. Rools, which also just kind of is the matchup.
Well, generally against K. Rool, the crown is going to be yours more than the K. Rool's.
Yeah.
It's really easy to just get control of it. But now we're seeing control of the game is going to the hero.
And now calling out the counter with that, and then going to have to recover. Will make it, but no mana on the hero.
Very good patience from the K. Rool, kind of just waiting to go back to stage. And now, you know, got some mana back, but back throw is going to do it. I remember when that back throw got buffed. That was a questionable buff. But
that was one of the decisions. And Mixup with a not a decisive, but really just needed that one hit. Got the grab.
And Wadsworth, I mean, continuing their lead 9-7.
PETA with a great showing.
Yeah, PETA doing very, very well.
Yeah, and with that, Wadsworth, we've seen their team. Shmamis, PETA, they also have, I forgot the tag, but the other hero. Like, they have a pretty good team. Like, characters-wise, also the Kazuya. So, like, with K. Rool, most of those kind of have a non-issue with K. Rool. So this should be, best case scenario, a 9-6. And Wadsworth not playing around, sending in Shmamis to hopefully get rid of Mixup on K. Rool, along with the rest of the team. They want to get good Doom guy. And now going off of stage selection. Is that another Joy-Con?
Oh, we might be getting another Joy-Con player. I don't know if it's a single Joy-Con or a double Joy-Con.
I was gonna say I swear I didn't think Shmamis was Joy-Con. I thought he had controller. But yeah, while we are waiting, Goomba, is there anything that you see, especially this K rule, having to change their gameplay to want to bring their team back?
I think the K roll needs to play a lot slower. Kind of just the K roll game plan is to sit in the corner, kind of under platform, and just throw out projectiles until you force an approach. But Samus is a really, really good way to counter that, because Samus could also just sit in the corner
Yeah.
and throw out projectiles just as much. Although K roll does have a secret move called counter, which
Very secretive.
very secret move, and it does reflect. So you can use that to kind of gimmick your way into getting the lead.
Yeah, I think one big thing that McSoup needs to do is change up how he uses Crown, or how often. Like, he needs Crown to be in his possession. He can't afford having, like, PETA control who has Crown. Like, it is your Crown, take it, King. But yeah, it does look like Shmamis is on controller, so the other Joy-Con pairing is very interesting. And I don't really know what we're waiting for either. Yep, going to jump right back into the K rule as we jump right back into the game. And as this starts, this is going to have to be 2 SDs by McSoup before this game starts, just running straight off. Hello? Okay. There's a second
Just
one.
wanted to get the taunt out.
No, yeah, that's fair. And now we start. And just like that, like Crown, use the armor, use it as just like, oh, you hit me, but I'm gonna hit you harder type beat.
We're seeing a very fast playstyle from the Carol. I mean, he's going in there, which
Yeah.
I guess at these low percents you can do, because you can kind of armor through things. But now we're seeing Samus has the advantage. Or not anymore.
Yeah.
That armor's doing wonders in this.
Yeah, the armor's putting in work. Big Soup getting hit by that one though. And Shmam, wow. That cannonball just going the longest yard with that one.
Belly armor doing so much, doing all the heavy lifting in this.
Yeah, and the down smash connects, having to go off stage. Shmam is going deep for it, not getting it. The F smash connects, but not the strong hit. And yeah, Shmamis doesn't want this K roll on screen anymore.
No, but Big Soup's going really low, doing very good at going low. I mean, Samus isn't able to go that low. I mean, I guess you can maybe get back, but it's so risky against a character like K roll, where you can just reverse an edge guard very quick.
Yeah, but 134, that Nair going to come out and take it.
That's a very strong Nair, and that is
a very strong lead, 9-6.
Very strong lead, 9-6.
And still, once again, Wadsworth has that Kazuya in the back. So that Kazuya played one of the best against base Doom Guy, which Doom Guy has been the one doing most of the heavy lifting for digital arts. So it's going to be this next person, whoever's coming out, is going to be in a very precarious situation where they're going to have to do maybe even potentially a bit more work than they're used to. And yeah, as we wait. Anyways, as we wait. Put that away.
Put that away.
Hello. But yeah, as we are. Do we? Okay. Anyways, but yeah, Shmamis. One of the, I feel like he's been like, he was the anchor last round, but this round just like a pretty strong play style. Did SD unfortunately last time, but this time really trying to clean it up. Did get the 3 stock, and yeah, I feel like depending on the character, as long as it's not base Doom Guy, should potentially do some more work. Just keep up the momentum. But yeah, going on to next stage, going to Battlefield.
Start battle.
and it looks like it's going to be Spiralaz coming up next on Sephiroth, and that's going to be double Joy-Cons. So we've seen quite a bit of Sephiroth on BW Esports. Yeah, having Lucky Lewis, our Sephiroth player. But yeah, this one, not even changing the tags, so playing on basic controls and just throwing out a lot of moves right now. And Shmamis really can just kind of camp him out, but getting the Nair back air, second back air not connecting. Great way to get out of that. Get out of that little combo.
Yeah, I mean, Samus is not a bad choice in this matchup. You got that sword. You have the sword in a pretty good counter, and that's kind of all you need in the Samus matchup.
The Ike player disagrees.
I meant a good counter.
Anyways, another down smash missed by Shmamis, and Shmamis just running away trying to play his game and kind of working because the forward air didn't connect, able to get that up smash, and now 88, and that's going to be an SD.
That is a very rough SD. But I mean, I guess you can get wing earlier now.
It was tactical.
Yeah, very tactical. But I mean, Samus might struggle here in these offstage positions just because of how floaty Samus is. Sephiroth is going to have a lot of time to react. Those are those moves are kind of hard to hit if you're going against a fast forward, but against a floaty character, you have so much time.
Yeah, and that's going to be another upbeat going above ledge. Really concerned if Spiralaz is able to grab the ledge with these, because Samus' ledge trapping is already good, and that's if you make it to the ledge, and if Shmamis doesn't die to that. So now that is going to be a 8-5. Still a lead for Wadsworth, but not the best lead. I mean, not what you want if you're Cleveland High School Digital Arts.
Yeah, I mean, the Samus is like having some difficulty getting in, but is doing all this damage basically with projectiles, which is kind of how this matchup is gonna work.
Yeah, and just pulling shield, almost getting shield broken.
I was getting a bit scared there.
Yeah, and now the second projectile, air dodges, and then still Spiralaz on their second stock. Playing pretty well, keeping it up with Shmamis, but still looking at the stock differential, you don't want to go even. You want to put your team in a lead. I mean, you want to take more than just what you're expected. And Shmamis getting the second hit, but not the third, so the strong hit will come out. But that charge shot, not able to take it yet, 143 to 135. But that one going to take it. And now that is going to be one last stocks for Spiralaz, and the last person before essentially the final boss, base Doom guy. And Shmamis really just laying on these projectiles. And that counter finally going to come out and going to take the stock. So now 7-4.
Yeah, I mean, the Sephiroth's doing a good job at cleaning this up. The Samus seems to kind of struggle in getting some of these kills, but Sephiroth is just like not able to get a ton of damage on.
I'm surprised that wasn't a back throw, because back throw back air probably would have killed if it was bad DI. And speaking of speaking of kills, that F smash going to take it for Shmamis, and now that is a 7-3 lead for Wadsworth, the 8th seed.
Yeah, and I mean, they got 7 stocks to work with against the Steve, and we saw that Steve was able to take, I think, around 7. But
yeah, no, I think he took like 10.
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
But still, either way, great showing by base Doom guy last time. So
yeah, and you got to assume Pete is probably giving notes to
the other
hero player, kind of saying, you know, what to do in the Steve matchup. Oh, and I will note, this is a funky stage list. I think I think Lilat and Yoshi's are legal in this.
I
remember seeing them a few times. So we may see some. I think for Steve, probably not, but you know, I know Lilat's not a bad stage for Samus, so never off the table.
Hooray. But anyways, base Doom guy coming out. Like I said, essentially I was watching Goat Talks while on the way driving over here, and Glutoni described described Steve's as like an Elden Ring boss. Like, has a really hard pattern to deal with, but almost all Steves have a pattern.
Yes, and I think we saw from this, Steve, that there is just the pattern of build wall, mine, minecart out, build wall, mine, minecart out.
Or F smash.
Or F smash, yeah. We saw the F smash kill a few times, and that's something you got to keep in mind. But I think there are very few positions where I see this Steve actually go in, which is kind of the game plan you want to do.
Yeah, almost down airing that minecart. Really wanted to take these stocks off the board, but base Doom guy playing really well. The forward air not getting the spike, but still hitting. Now going to be 63-33, going to be that tried and true minecart up smash. Not taking it though.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the minecart up smashes from the Steve player, and just like very good patience. I mean, avoiding all of these projectiles flawlessly.
Another F smash, I love it. And now he has diamond, so next F smash definitely going to take it almost no matter where he is on the stage.
Right there, we're seeing some Zaire come out. That's I think one of the best tools in this. Oh, really
nice
good
parry and
really
the
good
down
parry.
smash.
Gonna get a down smash to punish it.
But yeah, base Doom guy having to do a lot of work, take 7 stocks, and the first seed being down against the 8th and starting off with 1. Beep beep.
And now there's 6 left for the final boss.
Yeah. Yeah, next time, if they win, next time base Doom guy's on, I'm just gonna call him the Elden Ring boss. Just for the whole time. But anyways, right now, you have the next hero. You have the Kazuya. Which one do you send out first? The one that is guaranteed at least 1.5, or the one that just got notes from PETA?
That's a good point. I think they're gonna try to go small battlefield. I'm expecting a hero.
Yep, that's going to be the hero. Shmezmongler.
Such a great tag.
Such an interesting tag. But yeah, Shmezmongler versus base Doom guy. The last time this happened did not favor Wadsworth. And now immediately starting off with Boom, saying that he hates those blocks, but getting stuck, and the side B getting hit out of him. And that is going to be minecart, still able to recover. But
Already the hero in a pretty disadvantageous position off stage against Steve. Going for the setup, not quite gonna get it, but oh, there.
Yes, got it, and that is going to be stock number 1.
0 to death. No percent done. And I think this Steve is very good at just avoiding projectiles. I think you got to go for more range-based moves. You can't really go for a kaboom or anything. I saw that against the Samus, and I saw that last game against the other hero.
Yeah, and really Shmezmongler trying to do his best. Only 22%, and I feel like he's good Rizzle. I feel like he's expecting base Doom guy to come in more often than he actually does.
Yeah, there's the bounce. I mean, that's gonna protect you from minecart and protect you from the down it.
Yeah, but not going to protect you from up smash. Going to have to find a way down. That Clank able to save Shmezmongler just for that bit, and that dash attack coming out, not going to take it. Sizzle misses, and
I mean, oh wow, okay.
We're just charging it in this house.
I was about to say, I mean, the hero needs to get that one stock, and it puts them in a much better position to potentially take this. And there's the kaboom actually hitting this time.
Yeah, and going for the up smash on the anvil, but still 51%. Hero can just crank out a lot of damage when he needs to.
Yeah, Shmezmongler is playing this a lot better than last game. Definitely got some good notes or something.
Yeah, and base Doom guy not having it anymore, trying to come out with this, only losing 1 stock, which also wasn't good though. And that forward air into the read down smash, minecart coming out, base Doom guy trapping him in the corner, but still going to live.
Oh, going for a risky zoom there.
Yeah, not getting fully punished, whack coming out, and still base Doom guy in a precarious situation.
Yeah, Schmezmongler now at very low mana, but bounces on deck, so you are obviously protected from those things, but I don't know how much that's going to help when Steve has so many just good normals.
Yeah, and not going to come out though. Still going for those down tilts, even though they weren't true. And actually, because it went off stage, not able to get the up smash, either great awareness or just really poor luck. And that sizzle's going to come out.
Going to be a lot. And the up smash is going to take it. Oh my goodness. Schmezmongler clutching out that very last stock, and
He did his job.
He did his job. That's what you want. You want one of those 2 stocks. Now it's just cleanup for the Kazuya.
Yeah, clean up Kazuya, which, in my opinion, you're going FD.
I mean, it's up to the Steve.
They're going FD.
They're going FD.
Yeah. So ending up on FD is going to be our base Doom guy versus Megatron. That's a tag I like. I was playing Categories the other day, and the letter was O, and the question was a word that starts with O that has wheels, and my answer was Optimus Prime.
I was about to say.
So now, base Doom guy having to SD twice, unfortunately losing 2 stocks, but
this is such a good start for Wadsworth, or I guess such a good ending for Wadsworth.
Yeah.
I mean, this is best case scenario for the Kazuya. 1 stock, you have FD, you have whatever you want to work with, basically.
Yeah, and Megatron the first time was actually doing really well too against the Steve, so hoping to replicate that. In base Doom guy, all you could do was just play your heart out.
Yeah, one thing that Megatron seems to be very good at is just putting on a bunch of damage. And while he isn't able to get the kills, putting on, 60% in 1 stock against Steve is going to be so valuable because you have 3 stocks to work with.
Yeah, still able to make it on stage though, getting the electric, not getting the nair though.
And now is at percent for Rage Drive, but Rage Drive is off now.
Yeah, just barely missing that. That would have been really crucial. Stayed on the ledge for too long, so that was going to be the TNT hitting. Not the strong hit, so 151. Getting hit by the laser. Really, it feels like this Kazuya has the most experience against Steve.
Yeah, the Kazuya, I mean, the Kazuya's connecting these moves, just can't get the second one in. But that might be it. Oh, missing the electric. Electric into uppy would have just done it there. But
yeah, going for the hard dragon uppercut though.
Steve is at 140 now. I mean, this is such a good position for Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron just needs 1 hit, but Steve back air.
And it's down to last stock. I mean, these nerves have got to be going crazy right now.
Yeah, really, Megatron and base Doom guy trying to bring it back. Megatron trying to force a game 3.
And we're seeing base Doom guy slow it down a lot now. Kind of going for these really safe moves like Minecart. Oh!
And the anvil comes out, 73%. A lot of things could take it.
And now we're seeing that base Doom guy is at a really good position. I mean, that's...
Great tech, still alive. The dash attack not going to take it. Still there, the forward air comes out.
And now
laser misses. Go ahead.
Rage Drive is on deck, but the up smash might be it. And that was such an incredible comeback from base Doom guy. I mean, you were at like 2 stock deficit at like 150%. That was an incredible showing from him, and Megatron was just not able to clutch it out.
Yeah, like just a couple plays off, and yeah, really just like 130. He was at like 125 at his last stock, while the Kazuya had 2 in just like 1-0 to death, and then just 1 great conversion was all that he needed. And with that, Cleveland High School Digital Arts moves on, and Wadsworth, while putting up a great fight, unfortunately is going to be taken down.
Yeah, incredible showing from... keep in mind, this was the 8th scene and it went down to last stock, so an incredible showing from Wadsworth. Definitely deserving of a potential higher placement, but it's just what happens with this seeding.
Yeah, and with that, we are going to take a short break. We will be right back with more content as the next teams are going to roll up. What those teams are, we will get back to you when we know.
Stock battle.